Rock Talk, Berk Hawk, Rock Talk, Berk Hawk, Rock Talk. Hi, I'm Berk Hawk, and this is Rock Talk. Today we're at Anime North to see none other than the Cybertronic Spree. Yeah, that's right, the Cybertronic Spree. This interview is more than meets the eye. Yow! Ladies and gentlemen, the Cybertronic Spree. What's up, party people? I'm here with
Rumble!
and
Hotrod.
you guys are members of the...
We're the Cybertronic Spree.
Yes, you are. And what does the Cybertronic Spree do? What are you guys? What are you about?
We're about 1986 coming back and kicking your ass.
Straight up kicking your ass. Because that's the thing. You guys are from Cybertron, and you guys came here for the All-Seeing Spark, or is that correct? It's kind of... I'm not 100%.
It was a long time ago. We actually landed millions of years ago, and I wasn't paying attention. I was never really good at doing that kind of thing. So all I remember was boarding the Autobot ship, and then we crashed into a mountain, and then I woke up with a massive headache. I still kind of have it.
And how did you guys bridge the gap between Autobots and Decepticons?
Well, really, we are all brought together by the power of rock. Need I say more?
Imagination, brought together by the power of rock. Are you ready to rock, Anime North?
Well, and what was it about rock that fueled that fire to just break up millions of years of hatred?
Well, we realized it was all just a giant misunderstanding. No. We just brought a whole bunch of us together. We're sort of like the misfits from the Transformers, right? You know, no, Rumble's not very bright. You know, I really suck at leading things aside from musical endeavors. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of bots who really want to rock, getting together and laying the tunes down, winning over audiences with our universal sound of music.
And what is it that you play in the band?
Well, tonight I'll be doing some bass and some
Slapping
singing.
the bass?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And yourself, Rumble?
I'm the lead drummer of the band.
You're the lead drummer of the band.
Yeah.
Is there side drummers of the band?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. So Rumble, I was going to ask you. So you're part of the Soundwave cassette.
Yeah, we all jumped into his chest for fun.
Yeah. And how did that feel? Like to be trapped in there until he said, "I need you."
It was okay. We mostly just played video games. It's a lot more roomy in there than you think. And so we just kind of hung out, me, Ravage, Ratbat, Frenzy, my brother. Laserbeak was there, Buzzsaw, a bunch of other guys, Overkill, Slugfest. Some dudes that I don't even remember the names of. It's been a long time. I haven't hung out with those guys in forever. But it was okay. And then when it was time to make some noise, I usually would jump out of Soundwave's chest, hit the ground a bit, and then Bumblebee would beat me up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when you guys are traveling, do you guys have like a travel bus, or do you guys just roll out like?
Yeah, well, those of us who are Autobots have
Yeah.
it easy in that regard. But honestly, we just fold Rumble back into a tape, stick
Yeah.
him in Soundwave,
Yeah.
and then plug
You got
Soundwave
tunes,
into my
yeah.
MP3 player, and
Yeah.
we're kind of G to G, yeah.
Yeah. So are you Hotrod or are you Rodimus? Like what?
Yeah, you know, I get that question a lot. And I gotta say, it's Hotrod.
Yeah.
Strictly because, you know, Rodimus was that. He's kind of like that guy who's got all the responsibility, and he's like, you know, the organization and okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And, you know, he had the Matrix and all that, you know, weight of leadership on his shoulders. And, you know, I gave that back to Prime, and I said, it's really not for me. I've done a terrible job. Really what I want to do is just be me, be Hotrod. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. I lost the trailer. When now I transform, there's no baggage in the back, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm really happy about that.
And what are Optimus and Megatron up to these days? Any clue?
It's kind of, I don't know if we should be saying this, but
The exclusive.
no, I can't say. Optimus would, he would.
I know what they're up to. I'll say I don't care. They're in those movies. They get to be in the movies, and we don't.
Well, yeah, that's a little unfair. Do you think that call will come one day?
Well, to let you in on another secret, we're just hoping we'll do the soundtrack to the movies.
I'm hoping so too. They throw it back to the 80s, have the synths going, slapping that bass, lead drums, side drums.
I don't know. I don't know about those side drummers.
You don't know about those side
You
drummers?
can't trust them.
So what can one expect to see from you guys tonight? Walk me through the show, like.
Well, we're gonna get on the stage. We're gonna pick up our instruments, and we're gonna melt your face off.
And that's probably the goal every single time.
Every single time.
Okay. I was going to ask you in particular, Rumble, how have you adjusted to your time on Earth?
I don't think I have. I still have a lot of PTSD, as humans call it.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear a jet, we're near the airport. I think it's Starscream and Skywarp and Thundercracker. Those guys used to pick on me. So, I am a Decepticon, but in my heart, I just want to hit things really hard.
For sure.
That's all I care. So the Decepticons, they filled that role for me for a while because they would make me cause earthquakes and generate power. But really, I found that hitting the drums is what I really like to do. And these guys let me do that, so they're all right.
So being by the airport right now, you must be in a frenzy.
No, I'm not frenzy. That's my brother.
Sorry. You must be having a sort of breakdown at the moment.
A little bit.
You're grumbling.
I always grumble.
You always
That's just my nature.
You kind of call him grumble?
all the time,
Yeah.
But what about grumble?
What about grumble?
Yeah.
Is he a robot too?
I don't know.
Never met him.
No, I don't know. There might be.
from
There might
Earth?
be. Yeah, I'm sure there's a grumble
Grumble
out there.
from Earth?
Yeah, grumble from Earth.
Don't know.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I appreciate your time. One last question. When you guys are on the road, is there ever any tomfoolery, or you guys just go at it just to release the tension?
Yeah, you know what? We're always pranking the Unicron. But he gets us back. So we'll be like, be out on Jupiter doing something, and we'll like steal his drink, and then he'll just eat Jupiter, and so it kind of backfires a bit. So yeah, we have to stop that whenever we come to Earth because it's ugly.
I gotcha. Unicron isn't here to talk for himself right now, but he has shrunk significantly. Can you guys elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Well, Transformers are shrinking and growing all the time. It's just kind of the way things are. But yeah, so far as Unicron, at first we just brought the head out, and we thought that's all we need. We don't take any chances. There's a lot of lives at stake. You don't have to blow that guy up again. But then he promised, he's like, well, what if I come back and I'm only 1/16 millionth the size? Mm-hmm. And we thought, yeah, we'd probably handle this guy. And yeah, I mean, so long as nobody says anything untoward, then he's perfectly fine. I got sometimes Prime will come by and be like, hey, do you need the Matrix for a bit? How's that Unicron guy? And I'm just like, no, I think he's okay.
He's keeping his cool.
Yeah, once in a while I'll just whip it out, and then he'll do this like vampire thing. And that's all it takes. He's actually calmed down quite a bit since the 80s. So
good. Well, I thank you guys for bringing technology. And speaking of technology, where can one find you guys on the interweb or the internet?
You can find us on Facebook. You have to search for Cybertronic Spree, though. If you just go to Facebook, you get all these ads for cat houses. That's what I get anyway. But you got to look for Cybertronic Spree on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the cybertronicspree.com. It's got all our stuff.
Awesome. Well, peace out, party people, and I appreciate you guys' time. Autobots, roll out.